Episode 252 of the 8-Bit Geek. Kevin isn't here tonight, so that means the show is going to go off the rails first thing. I'm Jeremy. With me today is a man who's a man's man, unless you catch him in his wife's underwear.
What? But Kev's not here.
And then you take a photo of said man and then blackmail him with it. Still waiting on that new laptop.
What? What?
Say your name.
But I'm not Kevin.
Not putting you in a corner.
You're not putting Dougie in a corner.
Nobody puts Dougie in a corner.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Doug. Kev is not with us tonight.
He's not, and Doug, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Or somber, like depressing one.
It's actually like we're all full of jokey jokes, but this is not a joke in any.
It's not a joke. Let's get real serious for a minute. Kevin is not here tonight, and it's because
Kev's mom passed away last week. I think it was Wednesday. He took off last Wednesday to get to their home in Illinois as quickly as he could and to get up there, and she passed that afternoon. And so that's why he has been absent. For those that may have noticed his absence over on Discord and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. He did announce it on his Facebook, so those that are already friends with him on that platform already know about it, but he's been pretty wrapped up in that. He won't be back until I believe this Wednesday. So that's why he's not with us tonight, and I wouldn't count on there being another 8-Bit Brawl on Wednesday. I don't actually think he gets back until Thursday, now that I say that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what is happening there. And obviously our thoughts and stuff are with him and his family. It is a shitty situation.
For sure. I can't imagine what he was going through, although we were there for him. He's been in contact with us, so he is in good spirits. He's been dealing with it really well. So he also probably would like everyone to know that his mom would like to probably have everyone celebrate her life and not the death, and not be sad over the death. And so that's the way he's treating it as well. So
yeah, and I'm not to get. I don't want to like. There's the issue like you don't want to like say too much. I don't know what in regard to like all that happened, but she'd been in pretty poor health in the last year or so, and so. We all knew it was coming. They had moved her to hospice a couple of weeks ago, and he'd been very open with us about what was going on, so we knew it was happening. And so it was tough. It was tough to see a friend lose a parent, and a parent, and it's tough to see anybody you care about lose family. I'll just say see a friend lose a parent that they care about, because I've had some friends that have lost parents that they're just like, that sucks, meh. But Kev was very close with his mom, and so it's been you hurt for him.
It's different, when it's somebody who is that close with their parent, and it's just different. Like when mine goes, it's just gonna be like you're gonna be like, let's move on.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how I'm gonna react yet. I haven't decided yet.
I don't think that's something you decide.
I have such mixed feelings. No, I'll be sad, I'm sure, but also it's tough. I feel because I think this is one of those. I hope my parents never hear this episode, but like I feel like how my parents have been when I was a kid versus how my parents have been now that I'm an adult has been so like different, and like from everything from like how they treat me and my sisters to like politics stuff and how my parents like react to like and talk about stuff like that. I don't know, man. Like it's so different that like that's where the issue comes. Where it's kind of like now I'm like I kind of go out of my way to avoid my parents sometimes, and
because they treat you like anybody else, and because you have your own thing going on, and you see them every once in a while, I'm sure, but it's just not that same connection that you had as a kid growing up.
Yeah, and like I said, with all the other stuff too, because they're just kind of assholes now. Like I don't, my parents, like my dad's always kind of been an asshole. It's where I get it from, but like more so lately. I don't know. I noticed it a lot over the holidays, and especially because my dad was just being a dick. And like just for the sake of being a dick. Like he would even like he'd say something and, like walk out of the room and he'd come back later and he's like, "Oh yeah, did I get a razz out of you guys? Did I say something offensive?" Like, fuck
Oh,
off.
so he fucking.
Yeah.
So not only does he do it, but he comes back and like wants.
Yeah.
He just wants to see your face.
Yeah.
And
And so I was like, man, what is up? First I thought you were just being like a racist asshole. Now I can't tell if you're just being a douche or not. Like, fuck. This is terrible trolling, Dad.
but you're so good at it.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like when my mom was in bad health and she was on her deathbed. What it seemed, I went up there and I went up to visit her and stuff like that. But I don't know. I didn't come back feeling any like deep connection. You know.
yeah.
I know somebody. I know my. Oh my God. When my wife's parents go, I am in for hell. It is going to be rough around here. Very rough. But, you know, but she just got back from Cali.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get to record a D&D on Saturday. We were supposed to Star Wars, but
Yeah.
Ashley's father just got inducted into the Supercross Hall of Fame. And so she went out and was a part of that whole event, which was pretty cool.
I have to imagine that's a pretty small event, huh?
Oh, you're such a dick. Go back to your dad's house.
Well, she's never gonna listen to this.
It was at the Supercross is huge, man.
What?
It was at the Anaheim Stadium.
Nah.
And there's 30 fucking thousand people in attendance.
There was 30 people there.
You just fucking shopped.
And 15 of them were Ashley's family.
Yeah, so she had a good time. He had a good time. Everybody enjoyed it, and so
that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad she had fun this weekend.
Hey, speaking of fun, have you? I want to get back to this whole situation, underwear situation. Have you ever?
No.
I want to bring it back.
No.
Have you put on your wife's?
I have not. Have you? I feel like this is.
I put on your wife's panties.
No, have you put on your wife's panties and or any of your girlfriends? Because I feel like you're like you want to admit something, and so you're trying to like get me to admit something first, so you can be like, yeah, man, me too. Super comfortable.
I've already told that story.
Wait,
I told that story like 3 years ago.
Wait, hold on. Which story?
The story of me as a joke. I came downstairs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
go ahead and tell it again. Go ahead and tell it again for the new listeners.
A refresher. This one time, I thought it'd be funny. I almost lost her. I almost lost Ashley that night. I was like, "Oh, this will be funny." I found her thongs on the floor. They were clean, but I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put these on." So I put them on, and I walked downstairs, and everything was hanging out, anyways. And she just was in complete shock and was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Am I not pretty?
Am I not a pretty lady?
A pretty girl?" And so I said, "You want to go upstairs?" She goes, "No, this has not turned me on. Get out of here."
Yeah. Nope. Like, he may have had a chance before, but boy, did that well just dry up.
But listen, 10 years of marriage, right?
So maybe it was the right move.
Maybe. So I don't know. We like to have fun, and so that's the important thing.
Okay.
If you guys like what you're hearing, well, obviously not all of it. If you guys like the show, you can always subscribe to us and rate us on Audio Boom. And they provide all of our bandwidth. They are our sponsor. We thank them for giving to us and making sure that we're on the air. You can also find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and anywhere else that you can find a podcast, okay? You can also follow us on social media at the 8-Bit Geek. And, of course, every Monday night right here on Twitch, you can stream us recording the show.
You can stream us recording the show?
Yeah, they're streaming us into their living room.
That's true. Okay.
And if you can't make it to a live show, you still want to hang out with us. You still want to make new friends. If you're living in a basement and you're like, fuck, I wish I could talk to people.
Did you just see the donation come in?
That's why I just had to stop.
Yeah. Well, first, because his tiny lighthouse in the chat just said should have told her to eat you creamy, and immediately afterwards, Ants comes in with the 7 month in a row like resub, saying things Jared said in his 20s. Hashtag eat me creamy. Gross.
If you're in your basement, you know what? Just come on over to Discord. It's fun.
It's fun.
Meet some new people, make some new friends.
Yeah.
We also have some other shows on the network we like to pimp out a little bit. We have 8-Bit Saga, Divas Drop Kicks and Dives, Cranberry Tarts, and Garbage Day. You can this chat. You can check those out and listen in. And of course, you can always, if you'd like to see us go further in this podcast world, if you want to see us grow, if you have some spare change, we're standing on the corner, okay? Doug and I right now are on the corner of your favorite street crossing, and we have our hands out and we're saying, please, wait, please give anything. We'll take $1. We'll take $1 million. Get us off the streets, okay? We have a Patreon. You can donate to us over there. You can subscribe monthly for some extra content that you don't get anywhere else in this world. You're going to get extended shows. You're going to get photos of Doug in his wife's panties and so much more.
Whoa. Okay, I know you saw me look at my phone. That is not the time to drop something like that.
So I'm going to sneak that right in.
No. Nah. No one wants that. 2,
So,
I wouldn't fit in them. And like I would probably get in trouble for like stretching and ruining them.
Mm-hmm. That's why I had to throw the other ones out.
So you had to throw them out when you were done?
Yeah, because I stretched them.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So if you'd like to, get the Patreon. All this show will always be free. We love you, and that's all great and dandy. But we want to reach so many more people. And you know what? If you don't, so many people. Okay, so this is true. I'm not like trying to shill or anything like that. But I've gotten a ton of messages this past month that have all said, like in the Discord and in emails, hey, I really love the show. I really love the show, and I wish that I could give, but I just can't. We totally understand that. And if you want to give to us, then tell your friends about us.
Yeah.
That's the biggest way that you can give to us. Like, fuck the money. Well,
well, hold on.
Okay. But that helps too.
That helps too. That helps with other things though. But like the word of mouth stuff, the getting your friends to listen to the show, the getting your friends to come to the Discord and stuff. Hold on, sorry. Okay, sorry. We just had a whole bunch of things just happen. Sorry, we're in the middle of talking about money. We just had 2 subs, one from Ratty Magic, one from Kenny420, whoever the fuck Kenny is, and then Ed just donated $50.36, bringing our total to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice. But word of mouth is the best way that you can give to us. All it takes is for you to tell one friend, and hopefully they like us. But you're spreading the disease that is the 8-Bit Geek, and we would love that. Z-Dark, the donation link is down below. It says, I think it says donate, right? If you scroll down.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some the meat and potatoes of the show. We have Misconnections, which is a fan favorite. Every week we take real ads from the Misconnections section of Craigslist. We read them in funny voices. They are completely real. We don't edit them in any way, but we definitely can't make this stuff up. Sean?
What's up, fella?
Yeah, Kev's not here, man.
Whoa. Yeah, there's no Kevin. That means there's no Velvet, which is sad.
Oh, no, Velvet's still here.
Oh, I guess he's with you and not over. He's not. He's not here. I don't know if he's here or not. Let's be honest. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go with that. But Velvet is here.
Okay.
He's building. He will read a misconnection this week.
Well, that's weird. All right.
I mean, he's done it before when Kev isn't here.
That's true.
You've been there for that.
I must have been here. I was here.
Yeah. All right. What do you got for us?
Oh boy. Boy, do I this one's the one that I wrote.
This is a thing that I did.
This is the thing that I did. I'm not particularly proud of this one, but it is what it is. This is in my catfishing days. Looking for girls, wild for anal sex. Eye emoji, spade emoji, tongue emoji. Male for women, men for women, male for woman. Super clean, fit, and tall black male. Need a girl who wants to go down on him regularly. I'm very oral love to go down on you. Asshole too. Latinas, whites, and ebonies to the front. Lol, can you ride my face and I won't come up for air? That is all one sentence. 9.5 inches of chocolate thunder. It's a chocolate emoji. I had to think about it. Chocolate thunder. I'm mobile and
Your
live
donation
in
will
Northtown.
feed many, especially my 1,400 kids.
We can play in my truck anytime. Or I can host after 11 when my parents go to bed. Open to different scenarios. Please hit me up. Stats. Like on my Pokemon card. 6 feet 1 tall. 6 feet no
6 inch one.
6 inches 1 tall. 9 inches hung. I know I said 9.5 earlier, but I just remeasured when I was getting my height, and it turns out.
Hey, your penis is taller than you.
Yep. Super fit, as you can see.
Yup.
I guess there must have been I must have attached some catfishing photos with this because it says super fit as you can see, but I don't see that.
You're not getting those.
Clean, loads of stamina for quick reloads. Yeah. Yours truly, Sean Pennis. Hey, before we read the next one, we just had another donation for $7.44, bringing our total up to 1,420.
Nice.
Or $1,242 even. So 420. There's a 420 in there somewhere.
Yeah. Also, we had a fan send in a misconnection, and I said I was going to read it tonight, but I was informed that we have already read that one. And I went back and looked, and so
was it the Clydesdale one again? Did you fart like a Clydesdale?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've won, and that was one of our first ones too. We read it, or we started to read it again, and we're like, we've already done this, and then we've been sent it like 3 or 4 other times. So if you read the one about the Clydesdale, it has been done.
But I love it so much that I forget every time.
It's so fucking funny. It's always funny.
All right, who do we got up next? Who's it?
Oh, it's your turn.
Who's somebody leave a window open?
Oh no.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Hey.
I didn't have to say your name 3 times. You just appeared.
Oh, that's because I came out the window.
Oh man, I listen, bud.
What's going on?
I missed you this weekend. We were supposed to record some of that cool show, 8-Bit Saga. You know, the one that both you and I both star in. We're the main stars of the show. There's no one else. Just us doing this. It's just
me,
you
buddy.
and me and you. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be.
A funky chew.
No, the only one for me was you.
Yeah.
And you for me. We're playing together. Yes, I miss. you.
That's some fat ass rhymes.
Thank you. I wrote it.
I wish I had a. Yeah, I was like Saturday. I was like sitting in my car and I was like, shit. Might as well go on a balloon ride.
Yeah, I went over to listen. So I went over anyways because we're supposed to still hang out and stuff. So I went over there and they were playing some other like D&D game, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go chill in the pool. It's cold. It was like 30 degrees, and the pool is even colder. I was not 9 inches that day.
I bet. I'm never 9 inches.
Well, I'm not. Listen, I'm not normally not either. I never actually. And so it was like a negative night. No, it was just like
It was inside.
It did. It went inside. I was inside myself.
Did you use a flashlight to get it out?
No. What is that? What does that do?
What's that mean?
I don't. You tell me.
It's like I said a flashlight.
Oh, a flashlight.
I thought I said a flashlight.
I thought I said a flashlight.
I meant flashlight. You know, it's got like a suction thing and it'll pull it right out.
Yeah. Oh, like a plunger.
Yeah, you put that bad boy on level 9.
I don't think we're talking about the same things.
Sucks it right out, okay?
Sure. If you got one, let me borrow it.
Okay. I'll send it your way.
I just read their thing already.
I'll get it out of the dishwasher first. Anyways, I was like on a balloon ride, high in the sky, male for woman, downtown Vegas, okay? I'm looking for a Caucasian or Latin female to join me high in the sky for a hot air balloon ride. It rhymes. It's perfect to get that big, colorful bowl high in the sky.
Yeah, it is. Oh, sorry, we're talking about weed. Sorry, continue.
With that big torch that makes the heat, making the smoke rise higher and higher.
Is this not about weed?
Sounds like fun to you? We'll go fast to the reply button and send me a pick a number for that hot, high in the sky, hot air balloon wide.
What was that?
Join me for hair-wising, high in the sky, hot air balloon wide. I even have some of that go fast drink that will enhance the experience. Seating is very limited, so make sure to catch me now. Mid-30s, swamp hap.
I think that single white male has white privilege.
I was going to say has Winnie the Pooh. Anyways,
the chat reading my mind. Is this a misconnection or an advert for a balloon ride? Yeah, who knows?
Hey Kev, what's going on? Kev?
Oh no, it ain't Kev. It's me, Velvet Jones.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Velvet?
You know, just lurking around them Walmarts and stuff.
Hey, when are we gonna get together to do that love connection thing again?
Wait, what?
You know, where we give love advice and stuff.
Oh shit, we should do that soon.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Okay, so since Kevin isn't here, we've done this once before. Doug is going to be Velvet, and I will do the ad-libbing.
That's not Velvet. You're a phony. It says in the
as
chat.
well. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Getting ready for a fast, freaky, funky Friday now.
Get your asshole ready.
Male for women, downtown.
And talk about big lights.
My age is 35.
I'm really 40.
Where are all my pimp nuisance ladies at?
That's acronyms for shit. I don't know.
38. Is it? Hold on, real quick. Okay, 38 single white male has white privilege, tats, piercing, steel blue eyes, and dirty blonde hair.
Those eyes will sink you to your soul, and I'll stab you.
Has some party favors that make the weekend faster, funnier, and freakier.
Yeah, like little balloons that go pop.
But a great time overall.
And I got sparklers.
Send your picture and number. No need to email back and forth a bunch.
That's right. I only talk to girls that have an iPhone 7 and higher.
Stay high on life.
Not on that weed, though.
Join me in a chill downtown mid-rise apart combo. Of course, I have the high-speed energy drink that gives you more than wings.
It's gonna make that asshole tighten up.
I have a fucking question. Is this the same thing again? What is this speed energy drink that everyone's talking about? This is the second one. You said the same thing in the last one.
No, he just said he has a drink.
Anyway, that drink that enhances. What the fuck is going? Man, I'm missing so much out there. Okay, all right. I also have that yum yum that will be ready in 420 minutes.
I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about a good ass fucking meal.
What I'm missing is you.
That's right.
Okay. Caucasian or Hispanic, and not BBW.
That's right. I ain't into that. I'm not into that Best Buy worker.
Once again, swim hoop. Former military, it's been a hell of a week.
Damn, look at these abs.
And it's not even close to being over.
That's right, but look at these abs.
WTF?
Wanna fuck?
Oh, shit. Oh, holy shit. Conversations. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. So, you see any movies this week? This weekend?
This weekend.
Or this week, past week, whatever.
This past week, I saw it finally.
Yay! What'd you think?
Holy fucking shit. I don't know what movie I would bump off my top 5, but fuck me, that was in my top 5.
You know, I really forgot about it, too, in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or completely forgot about it.
It was so good. It was so good. Like, it was scary, but in the I don't feel absolutely terrified. Like, we were talking about, like, because, like, when I first saw The Conjuring, the first time I saw The Conjuring, like, that movie, we watched Conjuring 2 together. The first one, like, freaked me the fuck out. It was creepy. And I remember I left my friend's house, like, at 2 in the morning after we'd, like, spent all day watching scary movies. That was the last one we watched. And, like, driving home, I was just like, I'm afraid to look in my, like, rear view mirror in fear of something just being there. Like, there's no scene in the movie where anything shows up in a rear view mirror, but just the, like, dear Jesus, just let me get home, and don't let there be anything in my car, and don't let there be anything in my house. Like, fuck that, because it's all, like, spiritual and, like, demons and shit. Like, I know people out there, I always say possible stuff, they'd be like, there's no such thing. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, a little more tangible than a, like, what in the It book is like a space bug virus. Mm-hmm. Not virus, but like thing, right? That's here scaring kids and feeding off fear. Like, but that's totally what it is. And so watching the movie, it's like scary, but it's like scary in the moment, but not necessarily a residual scary. Like, I didn't take the fear home with me, you know what I mean? But I definitely was like watching, like, oh no, like fuck that, oh fuck that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not. That's what surprised me, because I was like, the only real terror that I had was, spoilers, when they're in the house. In the old house where the well is, and he's like in the fucking fridge, and he comes out and like all that shit. I was like, Oh, I could do this, but now they're in a house, and the house aspect really freaks me out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he comes out and he's all like, because he was like shoved in a. It looked like he'd been shoved in a fridge, right? So his like body's all broken and like,
Yeah.
and then he like snaps back into place and like twists around all weird, and that was creepy. And there was having like just finished reading the book like back in like mid-November or so. There were parts that there's things that they changed that like I was like, man, I kind of wish they didn't change that. Like some of the kids' experiences with it are the same, like only a handful. Like the leper
Mm-hmm.
and Bev's like the bathroom blood. It was like the only two that were like the same. Like Mike Hanlon had like this experience with like this creepy ass bird thing out on the farm. Bill Dimbro has a photo album with like his brother, like of his brother. It's a picture of his brother, like a class photo, like the class photo, and like it's his brother smiling, and then the brother just kind of like turns and looks at him,
God.
and this like starts crying blood or something. It was like really, like ooh no, no.
Like to see that on camera would be like
you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then what else was there? Someone else. Ben saw something like he saw it was the mummy. Okay, so so someone saw the they were like there's parts where they go to like the movies and stuff, and again this takes place in like the 50s, so they're watching all these like old movies like in the book. It takes place in the 50s, so like they went and saw like a mummy movie or something, and like he like saw a mummy and like it freaked him out, so like he sees it as a mummy and stuff, and
because that was his fear.
Yeah, and then another one, they went in one part of the movie. They go see like a whole bunch of movies, all of them. I think they see a movie in this movie. Did they go to the movie theater in this movie? I feel like they did. No, maybe not. I'm trying to think of what I'm thinking of the movie. But anyways, there's a part where they go and they see.
Oh no, what you're thinking of is they were in the garage and they played the home movie.
Yeah, there was that, but there was another part where I'm thinking that they were all together. I don't remember. And they go see a movie, and there's a Frankenstein and werewolf movie or something, and Richie Tozier sees the werewolf. So when they're in the house, like at that one part, where they're like fighting him and then he like they injure him and he disappears. Mm-hmm. He sees a werewolf, and like Ben gets sliced across the stomach by the werewolf and not by like the poker sticking out of the face. And so there's some of that. Like there's a part where like his hand gets bigger, and I was like, oh shit, they're doing the werewolf thing. And then it didn't happen, but I was like, damn it. Like I would have liked to have seen the different faces of it. But overall, even still, fuck.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I completed I don't know if you've seen this or not, but I watched it's on Netflix. It's called The Toys That Made Us.
I've seen it. I have not watched it.
Okay, so you've seen that it's on there.
I've seen that it's on there, but I haven't watched it. Yeah.
Make some time to see it, dude. Like to sit down and watch these. It is absolutely fascinating and fantastic. It will bring you back, and you'll look at these in a whole new light. Like it's not most of this shit. Everything that was made from our childhood was all by chance and all like taking big risks, and it's really fascinating. I didn't know that. Spoilers. Barbie was based on a goddamn prostitute doll.
Really?
Yes, like the doll. The doll was used you would give it to a prostitute to say like, I want to fuck you. And so so they brought this doll back and based Barbie off of it. It's insane. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And so you should definitely check it out. The first episode is Star Wars and the Star Wars toy and how everybody passed on it except for Kenner, which was a small company in Cincinnati. Phenomenal.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars page that I follow on Facebook, and a couple months ago they were doing a thing where they were showing like some of the original Star Wars toys, and how they were later reused for like Robin Hood toys, like Robin Hood, and like
the thing that's kind of
really
cool
funny
is that a lot of these toys used molds of other toys.
Yeah.
In order to make them, they throw some other stuff on it and everything like that. And the reason why G.I. Joe went from 1 foot down to the 3 inch, 3 1/4, is because of Star Wars. Like it's so fascinating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you should see that. But I also went back to the theater, and the kid and I went and saw The Last Jedi for a second time. He loves it. It's up there in his favorites of the Star Wars series. He goes his list goes Empire Strikes Back.
Of course, smart kid.
Then it goes
Phantom Menace. Just kidding.
No. Well, that's actually on the last. Yeah, it's like his fifth is the Phantom Menace.
Oh, that's still too high.
Or no, episode 3. Sorry, episode 3 is on his list. But yeah. So it goes Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, and then sorry, Return of the Jedi, Last Jedi, and then A New Hope. That's his tops.
That's an interesting choice. I still put Rogue One in my list. I know it's technically like, it's not like, but I was thinking about it today because I've been listening again. I'm still listening to that Star Wars from a certain point of view, and so they keep like a lot of the news stories and stuff. They mentioned the stuff on Scarif right beforehand, and every time I'm just like, "Fuck, that was a good movie!" Like that shit was so fucking awesome.
We just rewatched it recently, and I was like, fuck, I haven't given this movie enough credit. It is such a good story.
It is a good Star Wars movie. Even though it's like not a Star, like in the general sense of what a Star Wars movie is, it's a good movie. Yeah. But I would say it's like number 4 or 5 on my list. Last Jedi.
He asked me the other day. He goes,
sorry. Tried to stop sneezing into my microphone, tried to turn it off, that did not happen.
I saw you reach for it, and you were like, "Oh, not gonna make it."
No.
He actually asked me. He goes, "Hey, Dad, do they have a version of Star Wars that doesn't have all the special edition stuff in it?" I went, "I fucking love you, kid. Yeah. I fucking love you." But I went back and rewatched it, and I was a little more disappointed the second viewing. And I only say that because when you look at something without the blinders on, and without the hype and all of that, you kind of see things that you missed. And boy, I got offended at the whole lightsaber over the shoulder thing this time around. At first, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's like cool," because he's saying like this is our own thing, like we're doing something new. But I was like, what a fucking slap in the face. Like
that's why I liked it though.
I just saw it and I was just like, fuck, man, I can't believe that like we've waited all this time and we've wanted him to train Rey, and he's just like, fuck you, fuck everyone, fuck everything. This ain't gonna happen. But ultimately what I came away with is that it did not feel a part of the Skywalker storyline. Like it just didn't fit. Like it felt more like it should be a standalone Star Wars story than an actual episode.
Yeah, I can see that.
It just felt like it didn't have the heart that the original trilogy had, and then The Force Awakens had. And maybe because it doesn't have too many nostalgic moments like the last film. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but after watching it the second time, still enjoyable. I want to make sure that is out there. I still like the movie a lot, but I just didn't come away feeling as amazed as I did the first time. So.
Yeah, I need to see it again. I feel like I've over the course of the past few weeks just thinking on it and stuff, that I've actually grown to appreciate it more, and just that it was able to break the cycle of predictability in a Star Wars movie, and that it did bring us just like something new and different that we haven't really had in a while. Which I same can be said for Rogue One, because Rogue One was just again so good, but it was that one is outside of the Star Wars like anthology, and I don't know, like I do want to see it again. There's still stuff that I disagree with, and like I wish they had done better or different or whatever. But
the one thing that stands that I hated the first time and I hated the second time even more was the Leia scene in space. Yep. Absolutely, just I was like, this is so fucking dumb.
The problem I have with that is that like Okay, ignoring the old EU because that's what we're supposed to do now. Like, there's very little on her ever having any sort of like
Training.
huge, not even training. Because again, I can go fight or flight on that. I can give that as like a last ditch, like I'm gonna survive, sort of like through the Force, whatever. But like aside from having like the connection with Luke in Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, where she's like Luke, all that stuff. Any other thing we've ever seen through the Force has been very minute in her, even in the books. Like again, I think it's in her Bloodlines books or the story or whatever that I think, if I remember correctly, it mentions because at that point in the story, Luke and Ben are off training somewhere. Like she hasn't talked to Ben in a while. Han's off doing his thing, and I think that she mentions that like they tried to see if she had anything. Like Luke was like, let's see what you got, and like she didn't really have a connection to the Force, not like a Jedi way. So this like flight through space, spoilers guys, sorry, there's a moment where it's really stupid. Like there's nothing that ever that she'd ever do that, and it seems like that they made that pretty canon in like that book series for this to happen in this book. And again, I can justify it as like a last ditch sort of just effort to survive. It's just it could have been so much better.
I agree. So, but it is what it is. We have episode 9 coming.
Yeah, and that's what I've said since the beginning of like everyone being all pissy about this. I was like, okay, but episode 9 hasn't happened yet, so you don't know how this is all going to play out. Because I mean, it's disappointing in that like the Resistance just gets their butts handed to them, and the like. Again, more epically so than they did in Empire, just to the fact where there's only like 10 of them left. Like, and that's hard. It's tough to swallow. That's a hard thing to watch happen. So,
there's some news floating around. We'll get into that. And one of them is that an analyst, grain of salt because it's an analyst, right? But an analyst is saying that there's a strong chance that Apple will buy Netflix.
Boo.
Do they need Netflix? Like,
no.
What's the point?
Money? I don't know.
I get it that they don't have obviously Apple. So Apple is the forefront of. Apple is on the forefront. Was on the forefront of media, right, on the internet. So they sold TV shows, they sold movies. They were number one in all of that. They were number one in music, online retailer, and now they're slowly starting to fade back because of the fact that they don't have a streaming service. They've tried to make Apple Music a somewhat streaming service, but it hasn't worked out for them. Apple Music is popular, but they definitely don't have that next step and next evolution of video on demand. And it's a very crowded market. Nobody's going to be subscribing to 15 different things. So I can see why Apple would do it. But I think like, what's the point? I don't get it. I'm
with it. I don't understand it. Ed in the chat says that they want to make a, I don't know, they want to turn into the TV scene. But
they have $252 billion in overseas funds. Why the fuck wouldn't you be able to just do it? They could do whatever they want. I guess the name is becoming is so popular with millennials and everything that like that's their go-to. Like Netflix is their cable TV these days.
I'd rather see them buy something like Plex.
That'd be cool.
That's or Plex, or sorry, I meant like Sling TV specifically, but Plex too, like, or something, I don't know. We just got a $50 donation from Z Dark Gaming that says, "Get fit or die trying, keep the dream alive."
Oh man, keep it going, keep it going.
And then we had a host earlier from Belv, so thank you for the host, Belv. If you're you or any of your followers, I guess, are still here. Hi.
Let's see. 2017 marked the lowest movie ticket sales in the last 25 years.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so there's more, and that's significant because that tells you there's more people in this world than there was 25 years ago.
That's true.
It goes to show you that I don't think that movie theaters have this thing figured out anymore. In an age of Netflix, like we just talked about, they're still trying to charge people anywhere from $10 to $25 a ticket to go in to see a theater.
Yeah.
And while they're adding cool features, they're also raising the price to go into a movie theater for 2 hours. And we've talked about that before. Like, you can go in and get a 4D experience, but that shit's going to cost you $25.
Yeah, $25 here in the state of Texas. Who knows what the fuck it's going to cost you in New York or LA or something, you know? And that's, I think, I was saying, we've seen a lot of movies this year hit over 100, 200 million, 300 million numerous times. Any big blockbuster, right? They're like constantly breaking records as the fastest selling, the highest selling, the top grossing, all blah, blah, blah this year. But at the same time, it's going to happen when your ticket prices are $30. $15, in comparison to when other movies did it, like Star Wars back in like 77, where it was like $1.25 or less to go to a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the thing that, since it costs so much to go to a movie, people aren't going to take a chance on a smaller film anymore, and they aren't. Yeah. Now, one thing that is pretty cool is that who are they called? What's the fucking theater called?
Alamo City, Draft House.
It's not Alamo Draft House. It's a smaller chain, but I want to get their name right. Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
What are they known for?
Movies. It's called
Movie Studio Grill.
It's called Studio Movie Grill.
Oh, it's close.
So close, Kev. Yeah, so close, Kev.
Yeah, that was pretty close, guys. I'm Kevin. Am I allowed to? I'll always make fun of Kev when he's not around, but
you're so good.
Am I allowed to do that this week?
You're good because when he listens to this, he's gonna giggle.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, so far, no, I have had no reason to say anything at the beginning of the episode, like a warning, like, hey, I'm gonna say some pretty fucked up shit this week, so don't listen. We're pretty good so far.
Oh, I've inserted a couple. We'll see where it goes.
What? Oh no.
Nothing. Just kidding. So they have embraced the phenomenon that is the movie pass. Okay, and so they saw their ticket sales jump in just 3 months 10% because of the movie pass.
Yeah.
And so I think all these other companies out there who are limiting it and not allowing e-tickets and shit, I think you're stupid. I think you need to open it up to allow MoviePass to do e-tickets because of the fact that if you want people in the seats, why the fuck do you care how they get in the seats? Let them get in the seats because we're buying your food. That's where you're making your fucking money.
That is what I'm saying. I've been saying that forever. Like, even like last week when we talked, or last week, the week before we talked about it, I was saying, like, there needs to be like a basic set price to a movie ticket because, like, that all that money is going back to the studios. Like, ticket prices, as far as I understand it, that's not for the theaters. The theaters make their bulk of their money off of concessions, the food, the drink, the shit that you're like, man, why the shit did I just pay $11 for a large drink and some M&Ms? Because that's how they got to pay their employees, dude. But like, so when your ticket's $15 and then you spend $30 for you and your date at a movie, like, it's insane. This needs to be a set price, and like one that's not too bad. $10 for like a ticket nationwide. Like, yeah, you'll have people in like podunk towns that are like, oh man, I really miss paying $6.50 for that fucking movie. Yeah, well, the people in like California are going, oh thank God, I can finally go see that indie film.
Yeah, and I think the split is like the studios get 80% of the ticket sales, and then the theater gets 20%.
Still,
so
exactly.
They get $2 a ticket.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
And so, yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, nowadays we have. I'm not sure how it is in rural parts of America, but in the cities we all have theaters now that have luxury seating, and that serve food. Like all the theaters are going this way because it's the way they're making a ton of money.
Yeah. Because we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about how Disney a while back was like, you're going to show our movies, you're going to show Star Wars, and you're going to pay us like 90% of the ticket cost or whatever. And that there were these smaller theaters that were like, well, shit, we can't afford that or whatever. Remember, because it was like a huge deal, and I was like, fuck it, no, get your money. Like you have to pay yourself back somehow. But also, like, that's not where you get your money, movie theater. Like, you charge more for the snacks.
Just get people in the seats.
Yeah, seriously.
And so, yeah, there's this one theater near me that just opened up, and it is called like the I forgot what it's called. Plus, I don't want people to figure out where I live. But it has it's like they're charging $16 a ticket, and then the food is like 4-star restaurant prices.
Ooh.
And I'm like, and they're always packed.
Is it 4-star like dinner quality though?
Yes, they serve steak. It is. I heard it's amazing.
That's a date. That's a date.
Guess where the Movie Pass works?
There. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Like they're gonna take the hit on like what they may make off the ticket because they want your fucking body in the theater because they want you to spend $40-$50 on fucking dinner and like oh no we're only gonna get $2 or $1 off that fucking ticket sale instead of $3.50 or whatever. Like shucks, like we will gladly take your $50 for your steak.
Yep.
Oh man, dude, I had a $35 steak the other day. Okay, hold on. This is totally off topic, except we're talking about steaks now. Katie and I went to a restaurant, and it was one we go to. We used to go a lot more before Ollie. You know what I mean? Like one of those sort of places. Like, man, remember we used to like have lives and love each other.
We used to date each other.
Yeah.
Instead of just being roommates.
Yeah, pretty much with a child. And so we get there, and like I was like, oh man, what am I getting? What do I like here? Oh, they have that huge Reuben. I love a good Reuben. And then the waitress was like, oh, we've also got a 14-ounce ribeye, and like reading off the stuff, and I was like, I want that. Like I've never in my life done that. Like ordered off the menu, like ooh that. And so I was like, this is gonna be an expensive ass steak. And I looked at my bill and I was like, $35 for the steak.
Nice.
And it was worth it. It was so good.
I'm sure it was.
Oh man, treat yourself. It was delicious.
That's
all I have to say about it. I've never done that before. Like literally, whatever. Most of the time, it's like, I don't care what type of fish you have today, Jerry. Just bring me a burger.
Why did I instantly go to fucking Jerry from Rick and Morty?
Because he's a toad. I did too. It's fine.
There's people in the chat who've kind of heard knocking the experience of going to the theater and eating. I will tell you firsthand that while at first you're like, this is weird, you instantly shut off anything that's going on around you. Like the first of all, the noise of the movie cancels out pretty much anybody's eating. Like you don't hear anyone fucking chopping down.
The only time I've ever heard anybody eating is like when I've gone with Ed. Ed was because he's sitting right next to me, like eating, like, because we go to like movie tavern, which is kind of like the same idea, right? Like, but it's like cheap bar food instead. So be like,
right,
oh, let me get on the fried pickles, nom 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 nom. But yeah, 5 minutes later you're done. You've eaten your shit and you're watching a movie and you're content and you're happy and you've got a giant ass fucking soda that they keep refilling.
Yeah, I don't. So it's, well, I guess Ants has like super hearing because she's moving on. So sci-fi. Okay, Doug, have you? Why don't you give me those eyes?
Because you was about to say something weird. You're about to say something very mean about ants.
I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna. It's a mute point because like Ants is the way she is. It's fine. Everybody has their thing, and like I can't talk her out of that. Like if she just doesn't like going to the movies with people eating, that's her prerogative.
She says in quotations, "She's the worst." I know. Hey, your words.
Have you read or heard of George R.R. Martin's Night Flyer series?
I've heard of it only in that I've seen it like at a bookstore while looking at his other books. Like I've like passed by it. Like okay.
So it's a sci-fi kind of thing.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's what it looks like. I didn't like pick it up and look at it. Like this is the first time I'm actually reading about it. He has another one called like, I have it somewhere. Oh fuck! It's like Ace something. I don't know. It's like an alternate timeline sort of thing where like superheroes were created around like World War II or some shit. So it's like an alternate history sort of book.
Baby, I know you're throwing nickels at me, but you a dime.
I want to read that one.
Hey, we just got another $10 donation from Lion Nova that says, "Newbie here, just showing some love." Hey, Lion, thank you so much. Hey, newbie.
Make sure you head over to the Discord where you can talk to all the other newbies, because that'd be fun. We get to know you and know all your dirty little secrets.
Oh.
I'm surprised it took somebody this long to buy up one of his other properties. And so this one, Sci-Fi has picked up Night Flyers. And so it's an adaptation of Martin's 1980s Haunted Starship novella.
I think someone bought his other thing real quick. George, hold on. Just keep talking. R. Martin.
Well, that's all I don't know anything about it. My whole thing on this, I was like, ooh, Doug has I'm sure he's heard of this. I'm sure he has something to add to this.
Wild Cards is the name of the book. Did that get picked up? I feel like Wild Cards got picked up. But I don't, just Googling it, I don't see anything about it. So maybe not, but I thought it had.
So this one is going to be picked up, and they're going to show it, and hopefully it
looks cool. I like the idea of a haunted starship. Like that sounds fun. You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever watched the show Space Cases on Nickelodeon?
Mm-mm.
Oof. That's a dated reference. It was an early 90s TV show. It had Jewel State on it, the girl that played Kylie. What was her name on Firefly and Serenity?
You have lost me. I'm out in the space alone.
Anyway, Space Cases. It was like some kids on a spaceship. I don't know. One of them had like an imaginary friend who like they went through like a wormhole in one episode, and like the imaginary friend and her swapped places. So like then you're like, oh shit, was that imaginary friend there the whole fucking time? Like a ghost? Because then her imaginary friend is like the character. That's what a haunted novella makes me think of for some reason. Or the Haunted Starship novella. It also reminds me of that episode of X-Files where Mulder and Scully are both on a haunted ship in the Bermuda Triangle, and one of them's like stuck in like the 40s, like the ship looks all new and pristine, and then one of them's going through like an old shitty ship, like present day, and they're like trying to find each other, and like they're walking past each other on hallways, but they're in like two different time periods because they're in the fucking like Bermuda Triangle. That shit was crazy. All right, I'm done. Hey, Druid says, hey. I know the show you're talking about, Doug. See, there we go. That's one person.
There's, I went on to the Queen Mary, in California a while back, and that shit is spooky as fuck. So yeah. I could only imagine walking through a haunted ship from the 40s. Like, ooh, no,
thank you. Right. So a haunted starship. Had you ever seen them?
Have you ever?
Did you ever see the movie Sunshine? Was it
yes.
David?
Yes. Yes. Or how about let's pull out this one, Deep Horizon.
Oh yeah, who hasn't seen? You mean Event Horizon?
Event Horizon. Yeah. That one. That
was a good one, right? That was a good one.
All right, so getting back into a little bit about Star Wars, this ruffled some people's feathers, especially Doug's. The Lego for the new Millennium Falcon came out, and it seems to have confirmed that we will see the Kessel Run in the new Solo film, which people are yay about and nay about, because I think when something is legend and when you only hear about it and you're like, fuck man, that must have been so cool. But when you see it, you're like, kind of took the magic away from it, Yeah. And I hope that's not what happened.
I can see that. We were talking about it in the Saga chat, and I kicked Caleb out for it. Not really. That's not why I kicked Caleb out. I kicked him out because he's being a turd. But it's all right. He's not in the chat. He won't hear this. I think. I don't know. He could be here. I don't fucking know. But yeah, he was like, it's so much better. He said the same thing. It's so much better when it's like a contested story where he's like, oh, this ship did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Because even like in episode 7, which is like, this is the Millennium Falcon, the ship that did the Kessel Run in 14 parsecs. 14? 12. 14. Like, but at the same time, like, I don't know. There in the old EU, there's a whole story about it. There's a whole thing about how he did it, and him flying closer to a black hole, and how like that bent like space and time and shit because it's a fucking black hole, and so he was able to do the run like short in a shorter distance because he flew close to a black hole, and like it's insane. It's one of those like, everyone, don't fucking do that. That's stupid as shit. Why would you do that? Because he's Han Solo, and that's just what he does, right? So there's the cool aspect, like the like, fuck yeah, Han Solo, do the Kessel Run, and and I have such mixed feelings about it because it's like, one, if they're pulling from that story, like, yes, more EU, pull in some of that old amazing EU. It's fine, you have to modify it, I get it, but like if you're pulling from it like that, like, please, yes, please. My issue with the Millennium Falcon is that the nose, which is normally open, right? It's normally, you see it, it's got the 2 points, and there's a spot in the middle. It's because it's a freighter ship. The ship is meant to push cargo. So cargo goes into the 2 points. And we've never, ever, 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 ever fucking seen, after 5 movies with that goddamn ship in it, we've never seen those fucking things close. Ever. And in the Lego piece, the front end is closed to a point. To where that's how it does the Kessel. It's a Kessel Run Millennium Falcon is like the name of the Lego set. We've never seen the fucking close. And if you're telling me that after all these fucking years, no one went, oh shit, we gotta outrun a fucking Star Destroyer. We better get as fast as we fucking can, close their fucking nose, that they would do it. And if it didn't work, why didn't Ray fix it? Why didn't someone else fix it in like the 15 years that someone else owned the fucking ship? Oh, this is a goddamn freighter. It can also go real fast. Close the fucking nose. We've never seen it. It doesn't do it. Fuck them for changing that.
It's going to fall off. That's why.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. They're going to do the Kessel Run. It's going to get broken. It's never going to close again. And that's how they're going to write that off, because there's going to be so many people going, why the fuck didn't they ever do this before? Mm-hmm.
It's going to get, well, because it works. Because if it's broken past the point of nobody wants to fucking fix it, because you always see in the old movies Chewie fixing something on it and it's always breaking. And then you got Rey. She hasn't spent enough time with it to know that's even a feature on this goddamn ship, because there's 15,000 buttons in that cockpit.
I'm just saying, I know, that's the same thing. Well, maybe it's broken in the Kessel Run. No one else. Yeah, sure, fine. That's stupid as fuck. It's it is built the way it is because it's a freighter. Like, and we've never seen it do this before. So there's no reason to show it do it now. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, by the way, did you know that an X-Wing can also like jump into the Speed Force and go back in time? You didn't know it could do that? Well, that's a thing it can do now in Episode 9. We're going back to Episode 1 and fixing everything, bitches. Hey. Like, that's stupid. It's a stupid thing just to throw into a fucking movie.
No, it's not. Listen, okay, let me be devil's advocate. This happens well before anything that we've ever seen before. This happens, like, there's so much time in between.
No, 5 fucking movies, or 5 years, at least 5 years. There's only 5 years difference. He's only supposed to be about 20, maybe 22, 23. Okay, we'll say 6 years. Because he's 29. Han Solo is 29 in A New Hope, and he is like 22, 23 in this movie. Are you supposed to be?
That's a long a lot of things can happen.
And he would have fixed that fucking ship. Are you kidding me? Oh man, there's a thing I can fix on my ship to make it more aerodynamic so it goes faster.
He's always owed money to Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, he has not always owed money to Jabba the Hutt. He owes Jabba money because he dumped his spice because the Imperials showed up. Don't pull that bullshit. That's not what happened.
Well, we know how to touch someone's nerve.
I'm just saying, like, I get why they're doing it. It's just a thing where it's like, you know what I would even be happy with? Like, oh, I have this YT light freighter. Like, it's really cool. Look at this cool thing it can do. Oh, fuck, I crashed it.
What if...
Oh, there's another one right there. I'm going to go steal it from Lando.
Yeah, what if that's the case? What if this is just the ship that they use for the Kessel Run, and then they pick up a different...
Because the Lego set calls it the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. Right. It is the Millennium Falcon. And I even thought the same thing. Because when I saw that the nose was closed, I was like, oh shit, this is a different freighter they have. And then I read the name of it, and I was like, oh shit, this fucker's just changing shit. I don't know. I know it's a dumb thing to like bitch about, but it's a feature we've never seen on this established ship, like one that we've seen many a times.
I'm going to hold my judgment because I don't know what they have in store, and then maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Unless they do it, it breaks, and then they go, well, you know what? It didn't make a goddamn difference anyways. Like, if it didn't make the ship faster or whatever, like, it's just...
Doesn't matter.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Game of Thrones. Well, we're not going to see it until next year, 2019.
I thought this was already known. I feel like I already knew this. I knew that because we just had last season.
We always thought about like it could have been 2018 or 2019, but now it's official.
Yeah, 2019.
2019. So
6 episodes.
Everybody would be very upset.
That's okay. You know what we're getting this year?
What?
Westworld.
Atlanta.
Yeah, well, Atlanta in like a couple months. No, Westworld season 2.
Yes. Fuck yes.
So I will. Nate, listen, I love Game of Thrones, and I'm having mixed feelings about what's coming up on the end. One hand, finally, like we're gonna get to the end of this goddamn story. Two, I like Game of Thrones, but what I like more than Game of Thrones right now, Westworld. Westworld was one of the best. I thought about putting it on my top 5 list of TV shows again this year because it was so fucking good.
I absolutely. So you finally finished it. You finished it in 2017?
Yeah. I finished it in 2016 when it came out.
Oh, okay. Because I was talking to you. I believe because I was like, Doug, have you watched it yet? And you're like, no, not yet. Like, Doug, have you watched it yet? No, not yet.
No, I finished it last December. I think it was like last Christmas break. I finished it, and it was on my top 5 for last year, I believe, for 2017.
Just talk about it. Yeah. You're right. So let's get into gaming, and something that's really cool that's happening is that, well, I mean, I never bought any of their products, but Mad Catz is back. And what's cool, so if anybody doesn't know, Mad Catz was like the cheap third-party controllers that you would buy for your baby brother or your cousin or your friend that came over, and you didn't want them to break your real fucking controllers.
Yeah, you gave it to the person you couldn't control, you couldn't
trust.
You couldn't trust. There you go.
And but they're coming back in a big bad way. They went bankrupt because they were partners with what's that music game? Rock Band. They decided to partner up with Rock Band. They thought that Rock Band was going to come back in a big bad way as well. And it failed. They failed. They went bankrupt. But because of its factory workers, they pooled together enough money. They created a company. They purchased Mad Catz, and they're actually developing products now. They're coming back with a lot of gaming peripherals for the PC. They've got a mouse, a keyboard, a headset, and a gaming surface. So there you go.
We'll see.
There's that. No one knows if it's going to be quite as good as all we care about is, are there going to be any LEDs in there?
That's right.
Are we going to see RBGs? What's going on?
If I can't customize how the RGBs on the shit, I don't fucking want it.
Mm-hmm. And maybe they'll blow everyone away and add an extra color to the RBG color spec. So, this is a cool story. This made me very happy. So if you don't know who this piece of shit is,
his name is Kevin W.K. He's a piece. I'm just kidding.
Tyler Barris is facing felony charges for his fatal swatting call. Thank God that they are going to do this. I am very, very happy. His online handle was Swautistic.
No, it's like autistic swatistic.
That's right. That's what I got out of that too.
Yeah, let me just take out the SW. It's autistic, so it's swatistic. Yep.
I don't know why I didn't see that.
It's because it's like every other letter's capitalized.
Yeah, that's true. It threw my eyes off.
Yeah.
So he got someone killed, and we reported on it last week. So this is a follow up, and he's facing now felony charges. And I hope to God, this 25-year-old piece of shit kid, has already been in prison for swatting, and so he just hasn't learned his lesson. and he's also violated parole, all this other stuff. So I think they're going to throw the book at him, and they should. So.
Yeah, throw the book at him. No, like, make an example of him. The fact that someone got harmed in this, charge him with, like, negligent homicide or whatever, or whatever it's called, like, or involuntary manslaughter, or you know what I mean, where it's like, you didn't mean to kill this person, but you fucking did. You got him killed. Like, you didn't pull the trigger, but your actions led to an innocent person being killed. Someone who was literally not involved in any shape or form. No, I hope they come down hard, because I hope this, like, deters those stupid-ass kids from doing stupid-ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I hate all of this. Like, this is one of those things where it's just like, where you're like, I just don't want my kid to ever be on the internet ever. Like, this is some garbage. Exactly. And like this, and like that Aaron Paul, Jesus Christ, no, Logan Paul
app. Yeah.
Like, all of his shit. Like,
same thing. And it's really tough too, because like every kid these days is like, they go to school and nobody's a superstar anymore unless you're a YouTuber. Mm-hmm. And they love these fucking YouTubers. And everybody at my son's school talks about Aaron Paul and all these other people.
Logan Paul.
And Colin's like, hey, Dad, like, who's Logan Paul? Everybody at school keeps talking about him. I said, oh, he's a garbage streamer that you'll never watch.
Oh.
Or YouTuber that you'll never watch. I'm very selective with what Colin watches, and you have to be these days. Like, a lot of parents are absent-minded when it comes to the internet and what their kids are tuning into. And I give my kid enough, space, and I give him enough responsibility, and I feel like enough freedom for him to choose what is right. But I have to preview it first. And so he has a couple people, YouTubers, that he watches all the time. One of them is the dude who does Smile More. I forgot his name. He used to be a prankster, but now he just vlogs with his family, and he's real positive and shit. I forgot his name.
I don't know.
But anyways, so there's a few people that he'll watch that are just positivity and all that shit. But it's really easy for your kid to dive into a deep hole where YouTube is not governed by like a network. Like, we grew up on Nickelodeon, which had a panel of people that says, is this right for a kid? Like, is this good for a kid? Can we say this for a kid? And
yeah, I mean, they made some very questionable decisions back over in Nickelodeon, because we watched some. For sure. Go back and watch Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy and Invader Zim and shit. There's some dark ass shit, but
that stuff we didn't get. Like, that was meant for adults, and like this stuff is just like open for kids to. They think it's real and everything, and they think that it's cool to do it, and these people have so much influence on them, and it's not right. It's not fucking right.
No, I 100% agree. And like, Moose was in town. The Moose was in town this last week.
The legendary Moose.
And he's doing very well on YouTube. And he was talking about just like how that Logan Paul video hurts him and other YouTubers more than it actually, like, than I guess either YouTube or even Logan Paul even like care to admit, because like, they're not doing it. Like, YouTube hasn't like done anything. Like, Logan Paul still has a fucking YouTube channel, and he's still making money off of his videos, even though he's like, oh, I'm gonna take some time off and think about my actions. Like, they're not doing anything, and they're not holding him responsible for all this stuff. And you've got to imagine that like advertisers are going to start pulling ads and stuff from, because they were already pulling stuff for being like too offensive or too dark or whatever. And like, Moose is talking about how like he had dumb stuff pulled from his channel because like he said shit or something. You know what I mean? Like, there was something that wasn't appropriate to some advertisers, so his video became demonetized. And he was able to, most cases, fight it and like get stuff reset back up or whatever. But like, you have this asshole that literally is not being held to any standard, because all YouTube sees is fucking dollar signs. And it's absurd that like, it's the same thing with Twitter, where they have the terms of service that like lay out what you can and you cannot do, especially if you're a partnered channel on YouTube. Like, these are the things that you can post. We've talked about this, where I had a friend who was another partner, and one of her videos got demonetized because she said the word uterus. We joke about it in our chat. We've banned people in the chat for
Don't
saying
say it.
I know someone's
Don't say it in chat.
You'll get banned. Ants ban hammer anyone who says it. And like, I guess her views aren't as big as his because like the fool still fucking exists. There's no the terms of service don't apply if you're raking in millions of views and stuff. And it's so hypocritical that like your terms of service, the thing that they have to sign, the thing that like anyone has to agree to when you click this checkbox to do this thing, doesn't fucking apply to them. I don't know. It's just I'm saying the same thing as Twitter is that you have these like alt-right. Even not just alt-right, any sort of extremist group that's on Twitter abusing it, using it to harass people, to threaten people, to declare war with another fucking country, and yet, no, they need to have their voices heard too. No, you're a private fucking company. You can say whether or not they deserve to have their voices heard on your platform, and if that is damaging not only to you, but to other fucking individuals using said platform, like, no, it's time for them to go. And, you know, Twitter's like, oh, we're going to do better, we're going to do better, we're going to do better. Now, first thing you're going to do, if you want to get better, is that you're going to, like, stop verifying these alt-right neo-Nazi pieces of shit. Mm-hmm. You're going to fucking ban the president, because the dude has no business being on Twitter. Like, he's causing more problems than he's solving by being behind his fucking phone, tweeting at people. And you're going to, like, stop all these other extremist groups and stuff from using your platform to spread their fucking filth and hate. Like, and that's how you get better. And same thing for YouTube. You get rid of the fucking cancer. You cut these people out. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're going to lose some money on them. But guess what? You're YouTube. Next week, it'll be someone else that will be just as big and have just as many fucking followers. These people that lose these people will go find someone else. They'll go find better content. And it's so annoying. Like, that they won't, because all they see is fucking dollar signs. And I hope that all these people in charge, like, will one day face the consequences of these shitty fucking actions.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh, Ants coming in with the uterus talk.
Oh.
Oh, you click that.
Wow, I don't know what to do. I just had a really epic rant, and then she just comes out saying uterus. Like, it's fucking, like, it's nothing. I guess
I timed her out. I don't think it worked.
I don't.
It says timeout user. I clicked it, but it didn't even delete anything.
Let me try.
She's not able to be timed out. She is too powerful.
The only person who can do it, I think, is the owner of the channel, and neither of us are logged in as 8-Bit Geek.
She's too powerful around here. Hey, by the way, I'm sorry I got to report something to you. Microsoft has, if you wanted a Connect adapter, you can't get it anymore because they stopped production.
Good. Connect was stupid. Let's move on.
It was $40 for a connector that nobody bought anyways. So fuck it. Yeah. Okay, so this is fucking awesome. Okay, I know you and I are we're shopping for new monitors.
Well, I have a new monitor, but yeah.
Oh fuck. Well, you're gonna have to take it back because Nvidia just unveiled a big format gaming display that they're calling the BFGD. It is 65 inches.
No.
120 hertz. And G-Sync.
No, that's too big. Are you kidding me? That's a fucking TV.
Shit. It is a TV, right? It's a gaming TV. Damn. That's awesome. I want it, though.
And it's going to be $6,000. Yeah.
Because I know that all those G-Sync monitors are like $1,000 already.
Yeah. Seriously.
Why does G-Sync cost so much? Why can't that be cheaper?
I don't know.
Why can't that be affordable? So
I don't know.
HTC has just announced the Vive Pro. And this is the second gen. It's wireless of the Vive. So if you were going to get into VR, this is it. This is the time. The headset is actually it actually doesn't feel heavy in the front anymore because they did this whole like center of gravity
balancing thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Balancing thing. I thought it was pretty cool. Has integrated headphones. It has 2 cameras on the front now. It has 78% increased resolution from the first one, and so it's got like 615 pixels per inch compared to like for comparison, the story says that iPhone X contains 326 ppi. So, it's going to be pretty fucking dope. I want it. Although it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah. So speaking of costs, yeah, it's going to be like another $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So keep those donations rolling in, guys. Just keep it up.
Yeah, because we need to test that out, and we need to test it for the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, it has to happen. It's for science, people.
For science. Also, I need a new computer to be able to run one of these. So go over to my channel and donate to my computer.
Stop chilling. You can't do that. Z-Box says, sadly, there's no still killer app for VR. Yeah, there is. It's called Pornhub.com.
Yeah. Seriously, VR porn, man. Get with it.
Hey, guess what? It looks like a rumors is going around town that the Forza Horizon team is working on Fable 4.
That would be dope.
It is. They've done a lot of detective work. If you want to see this story, you can look it up because I'm not going to read through all of it. But they did a lot of detective work, and guess what? They are 90% sure that this is coming.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things they said is the project set in Albion, which if you know Fable 4, that is where Fable takes place. And all new RPG, like these little things that they've been hearing from like words come out of was it Playground? What was the name of their thing? Playground Games. Yeah. So, and there's been rumors that a new Fable was on the way anyways, even without Lionhead. Fingers crossed tentatively.
Yeah.
Like
I loved the Fable series, even the bad ones. Loved them.
Yeah, same. They're a lot of fun, and the lore is great, and the world was great, and all that fun. It was fun. I played through when they did the 10-year anniversary Fable edition or whatever it was with the like updated graphics and stuff. I played through that game again, and still fucking loved it. It was great.
Hey, also it was the first time I was able to kick a chicken. So, you chicken kicker. Remember that when you'd run through the town?
Chicken chaser.
Chicken chaser. And we've come to the last story. It's a Nintendo story, as we do here at the 8-Bit Geek. And Nintendo says the Switch is the fastest selling console ever in the U.S. How about that?
Did we talk about this last week? No, I guess not.
No, I mentioned it in chat, and you just went meh.
Well, all right.
So
cool. No, like there's a part of me, I've talked about it on my stream actually, where it's like, if it had more games, I'd consider getting it because like I'm obviously interested in the new Mario game. I thought that looked fun when they announced it, and Breath of the Wild was on so many people's like top 10 games of the year, like from all over the internet, like Polygon, like everyone on Polygon that was on their top 10, and like IGN and all these places, like all of them were like, if it wasn't number one, it was again not even top 10. I wouldn't say I'll say top 5s, right? Like, and then I think you and Kevin both had it there, and I know it's on Ed's. It's like there is the appeal to play it because they're like, oh, it's so different than any of the other games, blah 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 blah. So like I would consider it, but I'm not going to buy a console for 2 games, right? So.
No, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, everything else that's out there is a lot of indie games that you could get on Steam for $5 or cheaper, and on the Switch, you've got the Switch tax, so everything is anywhere from $15 to $20 for the same games that you're going to get on Steam. On top of that, it's got some great killer third-party titles, but once again, we have them on Steam, and they look better on the PC. So it's fair to say that you don't want to do it because of the fact that I have only played a couple games on mine. And so while I love it, it's great. It has just sat there in the times that it's not being played. So
no, exactly. And that's my thing. Like, I mean, we have the
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, thank you. The SNES. What is it called? SNES. It has a stupid name.
Classic.
The class. Thank you. Yeah, and it gets played like almost every day. My wife plays like Donkey Kong and shit on it, so I can see the appeal to those. I mean, yeah, obviously it's a different console, but like I can see the appeal of getting that system for the newer games for her and like Ollie to play and for me and stuff as well. But
if they would have their virtual console back up right now, like it's been a year, it should be up. And if they had all those classic games on there for a flat fee, like you paid, $80 for all those games that you got and all that, I'd be all in. It'd be like, why get it? I don't need to buy the classic. It's all on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the classic is literally just for nostalgia of the like controller design and for the body design. But even then, it's still like
you can still hook up a wireless Super Nintendo controller to the Switch.
Yeah. Don't you still both owe me for those? No, I'm pretty sure I paid you back. I think you dropped it off when I dropped you that 60 that day.
No, I 100% still owe him for that.
Well,
every time that I've seen him, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I forgot, and then I'm like, I got you, and then I completely forget again.
Yeah.
It's the only time I've ever done that. I'm sorry.
Eddie would have had it on Saturday, but he couldn't make it.
And then I went and spent it on my
kids. You didn't pay me. Well, you should be better at keeping your ledger up to date, dude.
You're just gonna do him dirty like that?
I don't know if I paid him or not. I'm pretty sure I did.
Way, like you're fucking. He's not even in the room, and you did one of these. You're like. Well, that's where we're going to leave you, folks. Speaking of paying Jer,
do you owe Ryan some money? Do you owe Ryan some money?
I owe everybody some money. Okay.
Hey, you don't owe me money anymore. You pay me back.
That's right. What did I owe you money for?
Saga.
Oh yeah.
Well, you didn't pay me back.
Yeah.
I just got paid back.
That's the show, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope that it brought you many laughs and tears and all that shit. Kevin will be back next week.
Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we feel next week.
Yeah, he might be back. Who knows? Other than that, stick around. We'll do a quick Q&A. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
Until next week, lots of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.